Hey YouTube fam, how's it going? This is Tack with Euro.American.Passion. Sorry I've been out of the pocket for the last couple of months, but I actually had some things going on. So without further ado, I'm going to show you what I've been doing and give you an idea of how everything's been working out. Made a couple of purchases, of course, Harbor Freight, but I want you to see exactly how things are turning around and looking better for me. So let me show you what I purchased and we can go from there. First things first is I got the Vulcan MIGMAX 215. A lot of research, and really and truly I had the chance to either get this, a Miller, Matic, or Lincoln. And I truly, after doing all of my research, as far as the price, this Vulcan actually did the same thing that the Miller Matic as well as the Lincoln is doing. I'm a big Lincoln fanatic, but I'm really looking really much into this Vulcan. This Vulcan has actually surprised me. This is the one that has the 120/240 plug, 215 amps. Of course, it's a phase. Got the output DC. What I love about it is it's got all the bells and whistles for something this size with the new inverter power source. You don't have to worry about the heavy duty stuff now. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, this thing only weighs like 40 to 50 pounds. Of course, it comes with the 180 gun. It does not come with this, so please don't think that. Let me see what else I get. Oh, the 120 volt, the actual duty cycle is 30% at 115, and then of course on the 240 it's 25 at 200%. I have not used it yet because I just purchased this today, and I'm very anxious to see what it turns out to be. Yeah, actually it's 44 pounds. Field use for a farm or ideal for a shop. For what I do, this will be perfect. It'll give me a chance to work on frames, any other little things that I can get into. They said it can go up to 3/8. I never weld anything that thick. I think most of the stuff I'm going to do is 10 gauge or that old 120. Once again, of course, another thing I like is it's got the long 10-foot cords, not cords, but the gun with the cables, as well as the 10-foot cable on that as well. Let me show you what it actually turns around. Let me do it this way. I used the old Chicago electric. I had a 120 that I gave to my friend because of the fact that I really don't do too much with 110s or 120s. It was a 90 amp that was on this one, and it did well, but the problem was, for what I do, it just wasn't a strong enough penetration. So what I like about this one was very easy to set up. You had your power source as it came through, and then you have this, which is for your wire feed to hook up in here. And this is the actual screw to screw it, to tighten it down so it wouldn't come out and it can just stay stagnant or stay still. Now, of course, you're still going to have to make your changes if you want to do flux core or if you want to do gas. So with me, I'm going to have to rotate mine. So, and another feature that I really like is the cold feed, where you can just it'll feed until it comes out, and then you're good to go. You don't have to worry about hitting the trigger. Very analog looking. Like I said, once again, I haven't set this up, but the beauty of it is it allows you to be able to minimize from having to deal with so much of the digital era, but you can have the digital world. The knobs are very strong. They're not the kind of knobs that you just feel like they're about to fall off, or they're very brittle. It also has the big plug for the 240 as well as for the 120. They both look just the same. Big fan. That fan looks like about a 5-inch fan. And then of course you have your port for your gauge to go in and do your gas. This is just a standard Harbor Freight. This is just a standard Harbor Freight Chicago electric cart. You know, the $44, the $50 one. But it handles it. And if you look at it, look at how much larger this thing is compared to if you had just a regular Chicago. The regular Chicago would sit back about this far. You have all your gauges and all your thickness sitting up here, as well as another thing I like is the fact that it actually has aluminum on it. So with the aluminum, it'll give you the better, the stronger metal, so you don't have to worry about it getting brittle as it heats up, or as you run the opportunity of it actually distorting because of the plastic. So once again, this is the Vulcan MIGMAX 215. I really like like I said, it's only 44 pounds, so I'm a big guy, but I mean, for me to lift it up with one hand without a whole bunch of huff and puff, I'm all right with it. Now I'm going to show you what I'm actually replacing it with. Well, I'm going to show you what I'm replacing due to the other one went out, so stand by. Okay, I'm back. Now, here's the funny part. I got a MIG 170 Chicago electric welder. I've had this for about 4 years. It served its purpose. The one thing I can say, I can't complain, even though it's not what I really wanted it at the time. That was what I could afford. I don't know if you remember me telling you about how far it would stick out or go in and sit in from the cart. The pros are the price. It's old school, so it's a real heavy duty setup. And I'll never say it's a beginner's welder, because if it was a beginner's welder, it'll actually find the fault in the weld and be able to tell you. So if you're going to learn how to weld, I wouldn't recommend using this as a welder. I would go with another brand with new inverted styles, so you can actually learn a little bit more. The other thing is, I'm going to say, as far as the pros, it's the cost, as well as it's disposable, as well as it's very simple. Simplicity at its best. It does have the side door where it's very easy to open up, just like the Vulcan. Like I said, once again, it's very simple. Now, I don't have too many pros to say about this, but I will say if I had to buy another one, I would, if I actually had no other choice. But I got to give you the cons to this. The first con that I run into is the plastic feeder. The plastic feeder has gone out twice on me. And in order for me to get it to feed, I have to do this number here. We have to put force on it. So everyone with the Chicago electric welder that's having problems with its feeding, you can do that and it would feed. And this is also Harbor Freight. The other thing is that they don't come with the best clamps. If you can replace the clamp, you would probably have a good chance at getting a good weld because you're going to have good ground if you know how to weld with one of these. A duty cycle, it's not the best. Let's see if we can find what the numbers are. %. It's fading out on me. I'll let you look at it here. Never get old. A lot of the older guys know what I'm talking about. But overall, I can't complain. It served its purpose. When my Lincoln went out, my potentiometer went out on it. So I had to get it replaced, and the potentiometer was like $110. And when it went out, I was able to get this for $150 on sale. So I was like, well, let me just get one and be done with it. So I have this one, and this will be a backup just in case my Vulcan goes out. I know I kind of rambled a little bit because I'm trying to get things going here, but I will say this, just to kind of let you know that I'm back. I will start giving some feedback on assemblies, installations, as well as reviews on some of the stuff that I've done with Harbor Freight products. I really enjoy going to Harbor Freight. The one that I go to, I love their customer service because of the fact that they are very customer friendly. So, and this is down on the Gulf Coast. So, my next one is going to be 68385, which is an English wheel. Never had an English wheel, but I always wanted one. I'm just going to give you an idea. So Harbor Freight, if you're actually into having more exposure to your product, please feel free and let me know. I'll be happy to do an assembly based off of whatever you have. So, once again, English wheel kit with the stand. I purchased that a couple of weeks ago. I will be putting that back together, or putting it together. The review on this Vulcan would happen once I first use that, which I have to do some work. I'm going to be doing some restoration on my Falcon and my Ford Mustang. So that's the reason why I purchased this. So with that being said, this is Tack with Euro.American.Passion. Oh, you don't supposed to see that. With Euro.American.Passion. I'm just going to give you a quick little sign off. I miss you guys. For all of you that actually asked me questions, I actually had surgery a while back ago, so I had to get myself together. But I still have Rusty Red. I still have the Mustang that I'm going to do the conversion on. I'm going to do the Falcon. And of course, I'm going to get back into what I know and love, which is rebuilding and customizing replicas, exotic replicas, Ferraris, Bugattis, Lamborghinis, things of that nature, McLaren. So hang out with me, and if you can hang in there with me, I greatly appreciate it. Once again, this is Tack with Euro.American.Passion. I'm signing off. God bless you. Continue to fight COVID, and God bless.